Speaking of things that perhaps are not as popular as they once were, let's talk about Meghan and Harry, because they've left Colombia now. I'm not quite sure what they achieved, if anything. Kinsey, a very good morning to you.
The boozy jacuzzi sounds a little sticky, Mike Graham. I'm going to have to vote no.
It feels like you'd have to sort of have a shower for about 3 days afterwards to get rid of the smell. I don't know. Don't fancy it.
No, it's not. I'm going to have to vote no on that one. But you're absolutely right. Harry and Meghan back from Colombia, headed back to the United States after their 4-day trip. This was a private trip, but it very much looked like a royal tour. Although I'd argue that a royal tour allows media to attend, Harry and Meghan handpicked one individual from the fashion magazine Harper's Bazaar that gave the media a rundown at the end of every event, distributed that information, but with the priority being on Meghan Markle's fashion, what she wore.
Yes.
So I think if you are a cynical person, you're looking at this thinking, was this a PR exercise for not only the Sussexes, but this vice president who has been challenged a lot lately and, you know, is not very much liked in her own country.
No, and an awful lot of the sort of the bystanders outside who were being asked about Harry and Meghan, who didn't really see them because they were whisked in and out of, you know, sort of underground car parks, and nobody really saw them in public unless they were at a function. People were going, we're not sure who these people are. We don't even know why they're here. And nobody could really explain it. And it seems that we now know why Harry went there, because he was guarded by 3,000 troops, which is presumably what he expects every time he comes to London. 3,000
police, snipers, and a bioterror van that followed the couple. My favorite quote from that revelation was, despite barely anyone turning up to see them. It was similar to a presidential presence with 14 cars and police convoy. There were Black Hawk helicopters circling drones in the sky above their events. And there was a briefcase, this briefcase that everybody was debating, that a man was constantly holding a briefcase over them that was supposed to protect them. But you're right when you say that a lot of people aren't familiar with these people. According to the Telegraph, I believe it was, one of the VIPs selected to perform for them said, "Who is Meghan?"
Right.
So even the people that were selected to entertain them had no clue who they were.
I know, it's very weird, isn't it? And a big piece in the Sunday Times this weekend, I don't know if you had a chance to read it, about, you know, sort of Harry at 40, in which it was revealed that Prince William has apparently told friends that he wouldn't even invite his brother, Harry, to his coronation when he becomes king.
Yeah, this is a really good story. I think it's something like, first of all, they call Prince Harry an angry boy, one of his friends, but it's titled Prince Harry at 40, all he does is spend time looking back. One of the sources claims that Harry desperately wants to be admired like the Prince and Princess of Wales, William and Catherine, and he misses being in Britain, because who is he while he's not in Britain? What is he accomplishing? What is his purpose? And I think it's a good reflection on where he's at in his life right now. You watched him in his element on this trip to Colombia, because that's all he knows how to do. And I think he's outgrown the little boy lost. We are no longer attracted to that character. So when he's shimmying and having fun and goofing off with some of these people, like we thought that was super cute when he was in his 20s. But as a 40-year-old man who's been so vindictive and cruel to his elderly grandparents, his elderly father, 2 individuals in his family battling cancer, the charm is lost, and we are over it.
Yes, I think that's a very, very good way to describe it. Final word on Prince Andrew, piece in the Mail today saying he could be out of the Royal Lodge by October. And the King has already scrapped his security team of 10. I mean, some might say he doesn't need any security. He doesn't really leave Windsor Great Park, does he?
Well, I wonder, Mike, if this is because we sit on TV and argue that it's kind of ridiculous for the palace to continue to pay for Prince Andrew's security and not Prince Harry's. And I don't think I do not think we need to pay. Anybody should pay for Prince Harry's security. That was the deal. If he was leaving, he was going to lose his security. But it's not a great reflection that Prince Andrew continues to be taken care of. Yes, I think they want to boot him out. They want him in Frogmore. But I also think that they realize that it's not a good look to continue to pay for his security when Prince Harry is moaning and groaning on international television about how he feels so unsafe in his father's country.
Yeah, I know. It is quite remarkable, isn't it? Incredible stuff. Great to talk to you, Kinsey, as ever. Thank you very much indeed. Kinsey Schofield there, royal commentator, reporting into us from the hills of Hollywood.